Julie Marsland here. Joining me today is Joanne Gero, naturopath, raw food chef.
Hi there.
And she's here at my house, and we're going to actually test out some yummy recipes today. Like for those of you who are familiar with my blog, lfactor.com, I've mentioned that she was going to be coming over and showing me a few recipes. I am not the most savvy in the kitchen, and Joanne has promised me that these are going to be uber simple, delicious, and they are prepared in no time flat. So she's going to put me to the test. I actually have no idea how I'm going to combine these ingredients together, but we're going to start by making raw milk, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we are. We're going to actually make a raw almond milk, which will take under 2 to 3 minutes to make. The ingredients are pretty simple. It's 2 ingredients, and I'm going to have Julie actually make it today, and then we'll show you how to process it.
No pressure.
And
from
just
that milk,
just
a little bit. And from that milk, we're going to then make a delicious smoothie. You can see some of the ingredients over here on the table. So
yes, absolutely.
First things first, why don't we get started with the almond milk?
Almond milk.
So what do I do first?
So Julie, first thing is we have 1 cup of almonds here. The almonds have actually been soaked for about 24 to 48 hours.
Soak your nuts.
Soak your nuts, everybody. This is actually a really important step. It's to remove the enzyme inhibitor from the nut so the body can actually digest the nutrients that are within the nut, and it turns it more alkaline. It actually converts the protein in the nut by a surplus of 30%, and it decreases the carbohydrates down for about 40%. Fat usually stabilizes about the same thing. For anybody that's a little concerned when it comes to quality of protein, the amount of protein or the amount of carbs that are in their milks, this is one of the best ways to go. It's raw, live, living food for a live, living body, and done in less than 2 minutes. So Julie, I'm going to ask you to use my Wicked Vitamix that I have here. It's a blender that's high-tech for anybody that's looking for a serious blender. It's really, really good. And you can actually check it out on Vitamix, vitamix.com, I believe it is. And but you can actually use a home blender yourself, whatever type of blender you have at home. It's no problem with that, but this is an all-time favorite for anybody that's serious into raw foods. So you're going to actually add the blenders into the almonds into the blender.
All of it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
1 to 1.5 cups of soaked almonds, and then you're going to add in about 4 cups of purified or spring water. Definitely no tap water. You don't want to add all the contaminants into your clean, pure, raw, delicious, nutritious raw milk. And that's it.
That's it?
At the top of
Just those 2?
Yeah. Pretty simple.
Make sure you... Did I put this on properly?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. It's going to be a little bit loud, so give us about a second or 2, and we'll get
What should it look like when it's considered done?
You'll see a lot of creamy looking, like regular milk that you would see, and the nuts have actually pulverized into more of like a paste, and you can actually save this paste later and use it for raw desserts, making raw pizza crusts or brownies or pies or cobblers.
I just sampled some of her brownies to die for.
Yeah, they're raw vegan super brownies actually. They're going to be part
so
of
you have to put this in the...
Yeah, so what you're going to do actually right now is we're going to take a nut bag milk. You can actually use a cheesecloth if you like, Julie, but I prefer nut milks. Are a lot easily to handle. You just put it together and squeeze like you're actually milking a cow, which is pretty funny.
For the vegan.
Yes. So you're actually going to hold the nut milk bag, and we're going to pour it in over a container. And then we're just going to pull the string. And Julie, this is the first time Julie's actually making fresh raw milk. So
yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing.
You're just going to go down, put your hands down into the milk a little bit, and start squeezing from the top and the bottom, just to squeeze out the milk.
Ooh.
It's actually very therapeutic, and it's something that you'll end up loving to do. Usually any type of nut or seed milk will last anywhere between 4 to 5 days refrigerated in the fridge. If you add any type of sweeteners or vanilla or cinnamon to it, it'll last about 3 days because we don't add any preservatives or additives. It's all fresh and raw and delicious.
And I'm making a mess?
Squeeze, turn the bags.
Okay,
First time using a nut bag. So you would actually just slowly squeeze the milk out. and you just keep rotating the bag
Okay, I see.
as you go. And finish it off. So
We washed our hands before we started this too.
absolutely. Especially if somebody else is going to be drinking your milk.
Yeah, you know. Where did you buy this bag anyhow?
Actually, it's from a company called Fiddler that's in Vermont. I have done a lot of research to try to find some bags that were made out of organic cotton or hemp. Actually, is one of the best nut bags that you can get. It's very good for preserving and not getting a lot of fermentation and molds and mildews that build up within your bag. Pretty simple to clean. You just add a little bit of baking soda, let it soak in water, and they're good to go. They'll last you a lifetime if you take care of the bags. And definitely fiddler.com is one of the best quality nut bags that you can get on the market for sure.
That's what my husband calls me, nut bag.
Calls you a nut.
I'm teasing. I'm just trying to get him in trouble. Terrible.
So that's probably about done. You can squeeze it a
Yeah.
little bit more. The goal is actually to get all the milk out of the nut as much as
That's great though.
possible.
We've already got 4 cups in here.
There you go. So
Okay,
what we're
cool.
going to do is put this side into the sink and leave it or on the side. And then we're going to pour this actual milk into a beautiful vase. And voila. Fresh, raw, organic.
Can I
almond
taste
milk.
this?
You can taste it, and then we're actually going to add in a sweetener, so you can give a little bit of flavor to it. You can add cinnamon,
Sorry.
you can add some raw cacao, you can add vanilla to it.
You guys gotta go check out Joanne's website, vibealive.ca.
Fresh almond milk.
It's really good.
Now, it looks exactly like milk. It's got the same creamy texture to milk. If you're looking for a milk that's a little bit more thin on the side, you could add a little bit more water. So for 1 cup of nuts, on a normal basis, it's 3 cups of water. But if you want to thin it out, you can add an extra cup or 2. To your choice. What's great about raw foods, Julie, is that you get to play with food yourself and use your creativity and find the flavors and tastes and textures that work best for you. That's what's great about raw
This
foods.
is why I
Isn't that
went to go
really-
see Joe 5 years ago, because I was so intrigued by it. I mean, I was fascinated by nutrition and health and so on and so forth. I'm personally not a vegan or vegetarian. I eat lots of meat. But just to apply these principles, you know, you take some, leave some, but again, the decision's up to you. And again, if you can apply these simple recipes, why not?
This is actually fantastic for anybody that's lactose intolerant
that's
because
true.
the soy milks today. Soy milks are really genetically modified and full of chemicals, and they've been preserved and they've been pasteurized, and they're very acidic for the body. So being acidic for the body is something that puts the body in a state where sickness and disease can develop. So you want to try to stay more alkaline, and the goal is just to give yourself a bunch of variety is important, and for each individual person it's completely different. So you'll end up finding what works best for you and what you prefer.
Perfect.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, Jules, we're going to take this, and you can actually just get a spoon and we'll squeeze it in there. Add a little bit of agave, say about a tablespoon. Agave is a natural sweetener from a cactus plant that's full of minerals. And
Is that
it
about a
has-
tablespoon?
Sure.
Yeah.
And it has a low glycemic index as well.
Just stir this.
So yeah, you can stir it in, and I usually add in a little bit of vanilla. If I'm not using a fresh vanilla bean, I'll use Frontier. Is actually one of my favorite vanillas. There's no alcohol and it's fair trade and organic. So I'll add about, I'd say about half of a tablespoon to it to give it a little bit of a vanilla essence to it, and try that out.
Okay.
Tell me
I'll put
what
my
you
glass
think
away.
about
Hold on.
that.
2 seconds. No need to make more dishes, right?
So there's a variety of sweeteners that you can add to it, which is fresh dates, which is phenomenal.
That's really tasty.
See, you can actually use this in any of your smoothies, with any of your cereals, anything that
Exactly.
you would actually use milk for. You can substitute it with a plant-based nut or seed milk.
So that's it.
And yeah, that's it. That's as simple, quick and simple. We're actually going to be making a smoothie. How about making a smoothie today, Julie?
Sounds good.
And we have a couple of ingredients over there. I'll introduce you to some superfoods, and we'll take it from there.
All right.
Okay.
Let's give it a little pause.